Okay, what's good? So I just ate all that food that I was making, and everything is gonna run a lot smoother now, I think. Don't look at my Twitter. Now, I did get an email though, which doesn't happen that often. Pardon my, hacking. Okay, so we left off here where they said create a new document, which you said has to be 500 by 500 pixels. I just opened the window and now there's a siren. I'm really full. Alright, so and then we fill the background with black. Here's a cool trick. If you press the letter D, it chooses black, sets these back to black and white. Okay, so so we make a new layer. He says, "Oh, I just made a document." Fuck. Okay, something about all that eating made me almost really lose a lot of my motivation. So I gotta really I'm gonna try to pick up the pace here. Okay, so oh damn. Okay, so he said we choose this and we make it a fixed size circle of 130 by 130. Whoops. Like that. And we fill it with white. And then he says we choose the eraser, and he wants us to make it 100 big and as soft as it gets. And then we want something like what he did, but mine isn't doing that at all. Am I not using the right type of eraser? Because there's like 14 different kinds now. Whatever. That's good enough. And then cool. And then we double click this. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. See, I just learned something. Now it's a regular layer. And then oh man, I fucked this whole thing up again. So what I should have done. Right, so I needed to make a new layer first. There we go. Now let's make this shit. Let's make this circle. Let's fill it in. Do the eraser thing again. Oh, that's ass. And then we double click this. This is becoming a farce. And then we hide this, he says. And then we invert this. So you can just do that by hitting Apple I if you're on a Macintosh computer. And then he says we take this and we go like that and put another square, a rectangular marquee around it, and then we define that as a brush preset. And we'll call it circle. He probably says to call it something way more descriptive. Oh my god, what? And then we select the brush we've just created. So let's go back to our document. I don't know how to select that brush. Oh, there we go. Cool. Look at that. And then and then we open the brush palette. which I assume is like a window or something, right? Brush. Is that this? Is this how we do it? I don't know what I'm doing. He says, open up the brush palette. I don't even know what he means by that. But he's saying you can like change the dynamics of the brush. Oh my god. Alright, so I don't know where the brush palette is. So basically, is this it? Brush palette. Thought it was this. That just says presets. There should be some sort of menu. Well, I can't find that, so basically he says we create a new layer here underneath the model, and we just paint these in. Now his are all dynamic. Mine would also be dynamic, but I don't know where this menu is that he's talking about. So basically I don't know, man. I'm looking at this and I really want to be able to do this brush palette thing, but I just don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Brush panel. Brush. Whatever. It's good enough. These bubbles are good though. Put one like there. Or maybe one like here. And here. And put one here. And then see, some of his bubbles are above the model though, and whatever. And then oh my god. And then he says to do the same thing, I guess. Except he just wants to make another brush that's pretty much the same and paint in some more bubbles. So we're just going to do the same thing. So these bubbles, watch what I'm going to do. Instead of like making a bigger brush, I'm just going to scale these a little bit to be like bigger. It's a terrible idea. You know what? I'm just going to basically skip this step. And he says we right click this layer and we choose blending options, and he says to do gradient overlay spectrum. So gradient overlay, and then I guess the type of gradient is going to be spectrum. Okay. And then, oh my god, this is too much to take. Now I'm, okay, so we gotta make a third document and draw a line and he wants us to make these sort of like gradient sort of looking lines and just kind of throw them around her a little bit. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to take the line tool and then I'm just going to make some lines. Mine isn't going to be nearly as like awesome as his, but it's going to be pretty okay. No, mine's better. Okay, so here we go. And then I got these lines in here. His have these cool blurs, which was this step, but I skipped that because I'm running out of time, and this thing is now actually going to be half an hour long, and it's exactly what I didn't want. And then he says download these certain kind of brushes, but I'm not going to download a pack of brushes just to do this, so we're just going to use just a regular kind of brush, and we're going to make these sort of like squig. Whoa, shit. I want to be much smaller than that. Is there kind of like a paintbrush type? Yeah. Check it out. So, wait, well, like this. Like a, yeah. And then maybe put one here. And then, what I was saying before, we're gonna cheat a little bit, but we're gonna use a little bit of this glowing I was talking about before. Whoa, that's not working. Oh, this has turned out to be a total nightmare. I just want these to glow a little bit. That's all I want. Okay, you know what we'll do? We'll do, you can choose this thing, and you can say, oh wait, do inner glow, and we'll make it white, and we'll make them kind of big, not that big, and we'll make this like 75%. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And then we make a new layer over the top. This is insane, but I really think I actually have to make a fourth part of this video. And then he says, filter, let's do this really fast. Filter, noise, add noise. I'm really running out of time now. He says 30%. It should be distributed as uniform monochromatic. Okay, and then I can't believe it, but well, we're almost done. Alright, and then we gotta just adjust the levels. And he says do kind of like something sort of like that. Okay. I'm really running out of time. And then he says move this all the way to the very bottom. Like that. And then we use the eraser to like erase some of it, he says, like around the edges. And that's it. We are done. Holy shit, we just finished just in the nick of time. So what we do is at the end of all of these we flatten the image. And we're going to save it as a JPEG, and we'll call it sexy model. And we are done.